Very good evening. We started this MBA conclave, and this is the fourth session since morning. There was an intro session. Immediately after that, we spent some time with Iman Goswami. After that, we had great Chetan Bhagat with us. Okay, that session was taken at 7 in the evening. And now we all know which platform is this. This is GradeUp. And with us, we have a special guest, the person who conceived the idea of GradeUp, the CEO and one of the co-founders, Shobhit Bhatnagar. Please join me in welcoming Shobhit Bhatnagar. Shobhit, how are you?
Hi Vijay, how are you? I'm good. Hi everyone else. I'm great.
And let's start with your formative years, Shobhit. From where did you do your schooling and which subjects you studied? What were your areas of interest? Please tell us about all that.
Sure. So, I've grown up mostly in Delhi and in Chandigarh. I have been very lucky to have a very good, a great family, a very good childhood. Went to good schools. Went to Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh, to do my graduation. Um, a very typical middle class aspiration of parents that beta engineer banega. So on those lines. I had great 4 years at my engineering school as well. I fell in love with technology overall. I understood, I was doing computer science. I fell in love with the idea of being able to build things using technology, and I think that was always a passion that I really started believing in. Outside of that, did a lot of other things, like I was into quizzing. During my B school, I was the organizer of my fest. So did quite a lot of different things. But overall, a very standard, safe, good childhood and formative years.
Okay, great to know. So you fell in love with technology. Then why did you divorce technology very soon? Why didn't you do anything further in technology?
I think that's a very, very great question, Vijay. I still have not been able to answer that. I think few things, while technology was of a lot of interest, the intersection of technology with business was something that intrigued me even more. So, as a college student, I read all of these biographies of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, and watched so many different things. And in that process, both those were the two verticals sort of that got me most excited about things. And I think there was a point in time in my life where I was trying to figure out, do I want to go deeper, do maybe a master's or something in computer science or in technology, or go the MBA route. I guess probably I was at a place or at a time when the MS route wasn't as common, and MBA seemed like a good option. And took the CAT exam, got a good percentile, got into one of the top IIMs. So took that as a choice. I think it was a great experience at IIM as well, but still never really been able to answer what would I have taken had I had both those options available.
But now when I look at it, ultimately you got into EdTech. So technology is definitely a big part of it, a major part of it rather. Okay, yeah. So that way you have reunited with tech.
Agreed. I mean, I think I never really separated from tech as well. So, even at IIM, I was doing the PGDCM, the computer-aided management course. I'd taken a few computer strategy classes, which were, this was back in 2010, still early days of like big tech businesses emerging. So, did study a few things around that at that time. And even when leaving college, technology was always something that was very close to my heart. So yeah, at the right time, felt like starting something and had to be in technology. And here I am. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about your CAT preparation days. And this question is very important, sure, because ultimately now you are making students, aspirants prepare for CAT.
Yeah.
What were the problems which you faced as an aspirant? Okay, and what solutions do you have for those problems now when you're a service provider?
Right. So I think very, very interesting point. Fact is that my CAT preparation journey would be very common for most people across the country. Like most people who actually get into IIMs or are writing the CAT exam would have a very similar profile to me, that they went to an engineering college. And I'm not saying that non-engineers don't take CAT, but I'm just saying from a a ratio perspective. Went to an engineering college, normally good, decent in maths and DI abilities, not so great in English, and especially the reading ability. So I think, and from there to preparing and clearing the IIM, I think from my journey there were two parts that I would say that we can do more, and we've tried to do those things at GradeUp to make people's preparation journey easier. One big piece was, while we study a lot and we, go to classes and everything, how much do we practice and how much do we analyze ourselves and take mock tests, and understand what our strong and weak areas are, and specifically work on the weak areas. That's a very, very important piece when you look at preparing for an exam like CAT, where every question is effectively the difference between getting a call from an ABC or not getting a call. Uh, so I think practicing and knowing what you're doing right and what you're not doing right is very, very critical, both at an early stage, at a chapter level, and eventually, obviously, through mock tests. So at GradeUp, we've built a very strong platform. I think from a practice and the quality of questions and the database perspective, we take pride in in going out and saying what we've built. Be it the green card, be it how many questions you get in previous year, and the daily tests that we put out. So I think students can really leverage that, create a habit, and keep on practicing and improving in their preparation in that sense. The other big part, again, as an engineer, and as I mentioned, English was never a strength area. Is that a lot of us don't know how to prepare for English and how to actually make that change. Looking back, I can very confidently say that there is no quick fix when it comes to English. You can't. There is nothing jadoo that anybody can do with you. What you can do is that over a medium term, so 6 to 9 months, you can actually work on improving your English language abilities by reading, by learning, and spending more time on general English skills. There's no exam-specific English skill that I believe exists. You have to just improve your English, and I think to do that, we've got some very good, excellent mentors on our platform who can guide that. We've got teachers like Savitri ma'am who would not talk about that. These are the hacks. This is the grammar rule to crack, because CAT is not an exam. Where you can do that. It's primarily a reading comprehension exam, right? And you can only improve by improving your reading skills. And when you look at their classes, they help you do that and help decipher reading, improve your reading skills better. So I think those are two areas that a lot of us face challenges in. And at GradeUp, they've been very big focus areas for us.
So I hear you say that in a place like Chandigarh, you might not have got the types of teachers which are available on GradeUp's platform now, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think there were great quant teachers that I remember during my time, but there were no good English teachers available. So I mean, I think the access to teachers that you can get on GradeUp, and the simple reason is that while Chandigarh would still be a largish city, at GradeUp you have the best teachers in the country, be it from Bangalore, be it from Delhi, be it from anywhere in the country. So you just have a much better pool of teachers available here.
All right. So we'll put you in a bit of trouble. When you were preparing there at Chandigarh, did you have teachers, even in quantitative aptitude, who will score 99.98, 99.97 type of percentile themselves regular examination, which we have here on GradeUp?
I doubt that. I don't think that rigor that we have at GradeUp, when we say that we've got 100 percentilers, we've got people who regularly take exams and get that 99.95, 97, 98 kind of percentile. I doubt you would get that quality of people anywhere in the offline world today. And I mean, what I meant was that while Chandigarh had decent quant teachers, the English teachers, I don't think they would have even scored 90 percentile had they taken the CAT exam. So the quality of teachers and the quality of content and the quality of the whole system that's available on GradeUp, I think we've just invested a lot on that.
Okay. All right. Okay, Shobhit, you think that this is important to prepare for the interviews right from the beginning, especially if you wish to get into the top 3 IIMs?
I think I can't overstate the importance of interview preparation, if you ask me, Vijay, because at the end of it, you can do everything you want in CAT and clear the percentiles. But your final selection in that set of highly meritorious students lies primarily on the profile and the interview preparation that you've done. Profile isn't something that you can build in the last 6, 8, 9 months, but interview prep is something that you can do very well and go out and impress the professor and the interviewers that are there. I think, and especially for people who don't have a very solid profile, I think interview is the part which can help them crack. If I had like 5 years of work experience looking at a top tier consulting, banking, or any good firm, I'm sure, even if my interview is average, I would be able to get into a college, because you have to think from the selection committee's way of looking at you is also, creating a diverse profile, looking at people who will come in and become leaders and, business leaders in future. And they want to build a batch with the best quality of students that are available there. And the whole process of interview and the profile is about proving to the selection committee that, you have this potential to become a business leader of tomorrow. You have the potential to become the CEO of Airtel or the CEO of any large company, or start a company like GradeUp or like Swiggy, which Harsha is going to be here tomorrow, or become a celebrity like Chetan Bhagat or some of these guys. So what they're looking for is that exceptional, the chance of you being exceptional, and that can either come obviously from a profile which proves what you've done in the last few years of your career or your academic career. Or when you have that conversation, what kind of ideas, what kind of depth, what kind of confidence can you bring in to make the interview committee feel that this is a candidate who has the potential to be there. So I think it's very important to prepare not just what you're preparing, but prepare from the perspective of the interview committee. What are they looking for? Can you prepare well for that? And I think and that's not a 1-2 month long process. That is at least a year-long process.
All right. I hear you say that, in fact, in your engineering college, you used to be an active quizzer, and you played quite a role in the placement coordination as well, placement coordination committee as well. Did you think these two things actually help you in getting into IIM Calcutta?
Right. So I think, so I wasn't a placement coordinator. I mean, not that big on that role. But I think I was generally a more active person on campus. So I was part of societies which were organizing events on the campus. I was an active quizzer. I've been a national level quizzer as well. So I think those are activities. So at the end of the day, it's about the quality of profile that you have, and you can build that profile. Let's say I'm talking about somebody with no experience, right? So a person like when I was in college can build that profile either by having exceptional academic credentials. So I've scored really well, I've done some amazing projects, something like that, which wasn't the case with me. Or you can build that profile by doing things outside of your curricular, curriculum. So which is stuff like quizzing, which is stuff like speaking, which is stuff like organizing events, and that's the kind of things that the interview committee likes, because they see that these are people who are taking initiatives, who want to do more than just the regular stuff, and they will be the people who will tomorrow take more initiatives in their corporate lives, in their careers.
All right. Okay. Now, there's a bit of color attached with the life at IIM Calcutta. Would you want to elaborate on that? Life at IIM Calcutta is quite cool, quite colorful. Okay, how was your life there?